Brad again here with another update on the Cafemasy roaster. I've done about 10 roasts now, and it's been roasting pretty good for the most part. I think the fan doesn't blow as hard as it used to, but the roasts have been turning out pretty good recently. But I noticed now what had happened, something new. So let me show you. Something broke, and I have implemented a fix, and I'll let you know if it worked or not. But excuse the kitchen. But as you'll see right here, a crack occurred along this ring. This ring is actually made out of plastic, and yeah, just a crack occurred there. And so whenever you put the top on to close it, it wouldn't close because it's just cracked open, so it would just flail out onto the side. And I did a roast, and that roast turned out really light, and so I don't know if there's leaking air or not, but I thought for a while on how to fix it, and I ended up with just saying, you know what, if I just put two really big I can't remember, zip ties around it, that might hold it together. And it looks like, if you're looking right here, that the crack is pretty much closed up, which is good. And so I think I'll leave it at that, and I'm gonna roast some coffee today and see how it turns out. Today the coffee I got 2 bags of coffee from Thailand. We have a friend out there who's actually growing some coffee. It's here it is, Kevin Watana, and he sent me 2 bags of coffee from Thailand. He's got me some washed and some dry process coffee from his farm. I'm gonna start with the washed because that's pretty standard, and roast that up and get a good taste of that. Ooh, almost dropped the coffee, but I think it would have been okay. Anyway, yep, we'll get that roasted, and you can see what it's like, and yeah, I'll give you a review about this coffee as well, and if my fix actually worked or not. Sadly, if the fix did not work, then the coffee may not be as good, but just letting you guys know what these Cafemasy roasters are like. I think it's still an okay price if this fix works. The fan, I think, is a bit of an issue, but it still seems to be roasting fine. So just giving you some updates on what to expect. Okay, back in, if you're not Singaporean, this is what we call the service yard. It's just a really tiny room. So if you ever ask anybody in Singapore about their yard, this is their yard. Like a 1 meter by 2 meter size room. Anyway, we're out in the service yard mainly because I can keep this window nice and open, and so all these pesky fumes can escape right out into, the apartments. The void deck. So as you can see, this little crack right here is being held pretty well with this. It used to be fairly open, so that's been a good improvement. And so we're gonna go ahead and start. Got 400 grams of these beans, and let's go ahead and see. So let's see what it's like. I'll let you hear the fan difference. You can go back to compare to the first video if the fan's different. I think it is, but who knows? Maybe listen to the video and maybe it's not. I can notice a fan speed change right here, but it's not at the normal time. Usually it changes around the 12-minute mark, and it's 18. So that's what I'm talking about, is I think it slows down a bit. But the beans are still roasting. The good thing is I used to feel on the last roast, I felt hot air coming from here, and now I don't feel hot air anymore. So it seems like this fix should work, although I do see small bits coming out. I don't know if it's coming out the top and it's just really tiny or what, but keep an eye on it. So far, roasting process fairly normal. Beans haven't even started changing color yet. Starting to change color. The smell, got that grassy smell. first crack is just now starting to happen. I heard one really loud one, but as you can see, the beans are pretty varied. But that's pretty common with these forced air roasters. I don't blame the bean itself. It's this kind of roasting is not perfect, but we'll try to see if it'll smoothen out in a bit once first crack really gets through all the beans. Not every bean is obvious when first crack happens on these machines. They're very loud, but I can hear it on this machine. As you can see, the beans are already significantly larger in size. Let it go a little longer. I've done about 9 minutes of roasting. I'll probably cut it off around 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes of roast. So at this level, I can tell that first crack is just about done, if not completely done. The beans are looking a lot more uniform now, which is good. I just see a few oddballs here and there, but we'll pick those out later. I'll probably let it run maybe another minute, and then, because I like it a little toastier, and then I'll let you see what it came out. Recently I've been trying the cool down function. I only let it cool down for about a minute. It doesn't really cool the beans down, but it does make it slightly less hotter whenever I touch it, because it's pretty hot up here on these roasters. But you can see it's got like a nice mocha color, but it's definitely not burnt. That's how I like it. Maybe it's too loud to hear anyway, so I'll talk again. Not sure if you can tell from here. I know the camera does not look the exact same, but man, it looks pretty consistent actually. Fairly nice caramel color. Not too dark, but definitely not a light roast. So I'd say, man, very consistent looking beans. I'm gonna be very excited to try these out soon. So that's what came out. It looks like the roaster maintained the heat really well with the fix. So I still would recommend these roasters. It did have a small break to it. It was fairly easy to fix. So you can see right here, it's still held together. Not much change here. The crack might be slightly more open. Maybe I'll pull a little bit more on that zip tie on there. That is it for the roasting process. I'll cool these beans down and get them put away. And then I'll make a video in about maybe Monday or Tuesday night, I don't know. I'll make some coffee and you can see me try this coffee for the first time and tell you what I think it tastes like. I am no barista by any measure. I'm no James Hoffman. I can't tell you what I taste in there, but I do know that fresh roasted coffee is much better than a lot of coffees that we drink around. So so far it's been good. So any questions or anything, just let me know. I can answer you. But definitely this is what's been going on with these Cafemasy coffee roasters in Singapore.